In this video, we're going to discuss the importance of date mapping within Dundas BI. So in order to understand the need behind date mapping, let's take a look at a simple dashboard that we've created. On the left, I have a data table, and on the right, I have a chart. Doesn't look like there's anything special going on here, but both of these visualizations are actually coming from two different types of data sources. The visualization on the left is coming from an OLAP cube, and the one on the right is coming from a SQL Server database. So within SQL Server, there is a column type called date time, and you can use that in order to store date information. OLAP doesn't actually have this functionality, so everything within OLAP is always stored as a hierarchy. So you'll have a year hierarchy, a month hierarchy, a day hierarchy, or potentially just a flat date attribute, but then it's still all text information that's being stored. So if you want to actually use these dates as dates within a visualization, maybe performing some nice formatting of the dates, aggregation, drill down, or in my case, filtering. I want to be able to filter across both of these visualizations using a single parameter control. Right now, it's not possible. So in order to actually make this happen on my dashboard, I need to enable date mapping. So to do that, start by going to your Explore tab. Obviously, you would have a data connector already created to your OLAP source. And then it's just a matter of right-clicking and selecting Set up Date Mapping. Once you've done this, it will give you a list of all the different dimensions available within your OLAP cube. I'm going to select the date folder. We'll go into our fiscal, and we're going to select this fiscal date. Say OK. And here are the options that you need to set up in order to use your date mapping. So first thing I'm going to tell this is we are using a fiscal calendar, not a Gregorian calendar. And you pretty much always want to be using this option here for auto detect values. So what that will do is it will try to figure out the various levels of your dimension and what that actually means. So in my case, fiscal year, I need to tell that matches the year part of the date. Semester is going to be the half year. Quarter, of course, goes to quarter. And date, well, that's actually just my day level. Once you've mapped all that out so it understands how to convert these dates, it's just a matter of hitting OK and your date mapping is done. By the way, you might want to go into preview and preview the data at various levels just to make sure it is what you would expect to see. But once that's finished, you say OK, and you'll see that your date mapping has been created. Now, just a side note, if you expand any date columns in the date mapping viewer, and you notice a green check mark beside them, that means that a date mapping is already available, so you don't have to do it again. So this is a once-off thing that you would set up, and it would allow your OLAP data to have the functionality to support those date features that are available in all the relational sources. So it's a very nice add-on to this. And now you see once I've set up date mapping, I can go to Filter, I can add a calendar control, and you'll see now that I can actually set up this calendar to work upon both of these visualizations at the same time. And this concludes our short introduction to date mapping. For a complete overview of all the functionality available, please take a look at our documentation.